it's 7:30, time to call up the 2-meter portion of the RocCityNet. The net meets here on the 145.11 Bristol, New York repeater every Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. The purpose of the net is to build friendship and dedication to all amateur radio operators. Calls are taken by the order of check-in, and once checked in, you can go direct with any station already logged into the net by saying recheck, and net control will let you make your call. Also, if you have any comments or questions for our net, you can recheck and do so at any time. We are now taking traffic, and if you're looking to buy, sell, or trade any items pertaining to amateur radio, your net control, you can also recheck for that. Your net control this evening is W2JTF. My name's Jeff, and I'm located in North Charlotte, New York. Break. When checking into the net, give my call sign W2JTF, unkey the mic, and give your call sign, name, and location. And I will first take calls from any Echolink portable stations, and then I will take any other check-ins. Break. Okay, I'll now take check-ins from any portable or Echolink stations for the RocCityNet. Okay, we don't have any portable or Echolink. I guess I'll take check-ins from any other stations. W2JTF, go ahead.
W2JTF. November 2, India, Tango November, Steve in Greece.
XYLT, Tango Plainville.
Can you repeat your call again?
XYLT, Tango Plainville. I'm portable. YLD, Jeff.
All right, Joe, I stepped on you. I couldn't make that transmission out at all. Maybe I should hang on a second here. It is pouring, and I'm sitting out in my truck here. Maybe I should take it. Joe, can you take it for a couple minutes, and then I'll jump back in when this quits, because it's really coming down here.
Can. All right, so we got N2YLD in Plainville. We got the first check-in again, and the other N2.
Joe, N2ITN, Steve in Greece.
Peter, Steve, thanks, man. And we got W2JTF, obviously. Any other check-ins for the 2-meter portion of the RocCityNet? Call K2ZX.
K2ZX. WB2KAO with traffic. K2ZX. That's W2LB. K2ZX. KA2CGB. K2ZX. KC2GTO, Paul and Webster. K2ZX. K2NAX, Jim and Henrietta.
Hold it right there, see if I got it. We got WB2KAO, Timmy, he's got traffic, so we'll go up to him shortly. W2LB, Larry in Farmington, how you doing, Larry? KA2CGB, Brian in Fairport, KC2GTO, Paul and Webster. Nice setup there, Paul, for the field day. That would look pretty good. And K2NAX, Jim and Henrietta. Any other check-ins before we go up to the top of the list? And I'm sure we'll be talking a little bit about field day here. Any others, call K2ZX.
KC2TFX, Dave, Cortland, C for Charlie, Cortland.
K2ZX. W2GT, Doug in Union Springs.
the Cortland stays at AC2TFX.
Roger.
Okay, all right. I just thought it was long for some reason, but we got it. And we got W2GT Doug in Union Springs. One other, we'll get one more call out, and we'll go up to the top. Anybody else for the 2-meter portion of the RocCityNet, call K2ZX.
KD2NAN, listening.
Joe, KD2NAN. All right, let's go up to the top of the list here. What do we got? 1, 2, that's not too bad for, a lot of people are probably radioed out, right? But N2YLD, good evening and welcome to the net. Well, how was your field day, sir?
Just a reminder, Joe, WB2KAO had traffic.
That's right. All right, so let's, I guess the Plainville station, he was portable. That's a little bit of a haul for him from the Plainville there. So let's go get Timmy's traffic. WB2KAO with traffic for the RocCityNet. Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, real good, Joe. And good evening. Thanks, Steve. And good evening, everybody. WB2KAO. Very good. Well, I just wanted to mention some things that are upcoming. Joe probably talk about whether there's a RocCityNet breakfast this Saturday, July 1st or not, or just what the story is on that. He can tell us about that. But just a couple of things. I know the Rah-Rah picnic is coming up on July 8th. We always call the Batavia Hamfest at Alexander is on the 15th of July. And the Radio Amateurs of Greater Syracuse Hamfest is a Sunday Hamfest on July 9th. So Rah-Rah Picnic on the 8th and Rags Hamfest on the 9th, Batavia Hamfest on the 15th. And, of course, the Barnard Carnival Grounds, RRA, and Barnard Fireman Hamfest on the 19th of August. Coming up on the 19th of August. So just some things going on. My wife and I did stop out to RDXA's field day for a few minutes. And I played here at the house last evening on 40 CW and today on 20 CW. I had a lot of fun on 20 at the beam pointed southwest and was able to hold a frequency for a couple hours and run them. Got to do it that way. I can't remember whether I've worked guys or not after a while. So, but I had a lot of fun. Back to you, Joe, K2ZX, and the net, WB2KAO.
Yeah, very good, Tim. Yeah, I tell you what, the weather was a lot better this year. I hope. I'm sure they did well. You know, all the field day locations probably did pretty good. I don't know how good the bands were. I did just a little bit on 6 meters actually, and that was about it. I had a lot of stuff to do around the house this weekend, and I had something I had to do on Saturday, and so I wasn't able to get out. But anyhow, I just hope everyone else had a good time, and I'm sure it was a heck of a lot better than the soggy time they had last year. So anyhow, very good, Tim. And Tim, where is I just got to ask you, where is the picnic for Rah-Rah this year?
I don't know, Joe. I'm sure there'll be a rag coming out very, very shortly, and I'm sure all the details on the picnic will be there. I don't know if they have it at Stewart Lodge, at Mendon Ponds, where they have the winter cabin party or not. I just don't know, Joe. Go ahead.
Okay, very good. Well, I'll wait for that to come out. I didn't even realize. I've been so busy lately. I got to figure out where we're going to do the next breakfast here, but got a few more days here. we'll get it up going and put it on the Facebook page and let everybody know here real soon. I may do that tonight after the net. I wasn't expect. It was Jeff's turn to do the net, but I guess he's got a purple cell right above his house. Man, it's bad down there. But it's kind of a hit and miss kind of situation for these thunderstorms. But anyhow, 'tis the season, you know. You don't know whether to keep your stuff plugged in or not. So I unplug my stuff at this time of year, mostly every night. So, but anyhow, very good, Tim. Thanks for all the information. We appreciate that. I wasn't prepared for the information to give out tonight, but I'm glad you were there. So, very, very good, sir. All right, let me break with Tim there, and we'll go pick up Steve in Greece here. N2ITN in the Rock City Net. Good evening.
Recheck, Joe.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Sorry, I'm back in the house again. It's blown over, sun's back out, and we're good to go again.
You want a list of the check-ins?
I think I got them. I was writing them down while you were doing them in the truck. It was just the rain was coming down so hard I couldn't hear anybody on the radio.
Glad I tossed for a little while then. You're probably saying, keep going, Joe, keep going.
Second.
We're going to hand it back to Jeff and let him continue here, but it looks like you got another check in there, so we'll hand it back to W2JTF. Primary net control, K2ZX. You can put me down as a check-in as well.
All right, Joe, thanks. I guess we left off with Steve, N2ITN, I think is what I got written down.
That's what it is, Jeff. Thank you. Just checking in. Did not get to the field day yesterday. Haven't been to one yet, and was hoping to get to that one, but it didn't work out. I did hear a guy on 40 meters out on a field day today. The summer picnic, just an FYI, is July 8th, and it's at Stewart Lodge, Menden Ponds. That's all I got for tonight. Hopefully the rain is done out there. Jeff, this is Steve in Greece, N2ITN. Have a good night.
All right, Steve, thanks a lot. Thanks you guys for being patient. It was a little nerve-wracking when I got thunder crashing over my head at 7:30, and I went out to my truck hoping I could do it from there, and it came down so hard I couldn't hear myself think out there. So, you know, and one other thing I was thinking about tonight, if anybody wants to bring it up, Friday I was coming home from work, and I had the International Space Station frequencies programmed into my truck. And lo and behold, after 3 years of having him in my radio, I finally got to hear something, and I was really shocked. And he was doing comms with a school, with some kids in a school. I couldn't hear them on their side, but boy, I could hear him just as clear as day. And it would have been really cool to be able to make a contact with him. But I was just wondering, you know, if you're going along, if anybody else has anything like that they want to share, you know, feel free. I think it's kind of cool that. You know, we can hear things like that on our radio. So, all right, I think I'll move on to. I think I got N2YLD. Catch the first name.
Yeah, how you copy me? N2YLD, Kansas Plainville. How you copy me?
Apologize, I'm having a real hard time hearing you. You're real noisy on my end. Did anybody else catch his name?
I think his call is N2YLT, Yankee Lima Tango, N2YLT. Your name, sir, over in Plainville. Good evening, sir. Go ahead.
I'm outside on a portable. This first meeting is Tango India Mike, Kansas Plainville.
Okay, real good. Well, you're doing a real good job. You're doing a real good job with a handheld from Plainville, my friend. I think you said your name. Your name is Tim, the same as mine. Tango India Mike.
That's affirmative.
Very good, Tim. Well, thank you very much for checking in. I've heard you on the Central New York Swap and Information Net, and I've also heard you here. Have a good week, Tim. Thank you for checking in. Back to net.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I tried on the base. I couldn't hear nobody on the base antenna because I think they blinked it. Hang on. KQ2YLT. 7-3. Have a good one.
Thanks, Tim and Tim. And Tim, I'm making you a little bit better that time. You must have moved a little bit, but yeah, that's a pretty good reach with an HT. And thanks again for checking in. All right, well, we'll move over to W2LB, Larry in Farmington. Go ahead, Larry. W2JTF.
W2JTF and the RocCityNet. This is W2LB. Yeah, this was field day weekend, and I spent the weekend up at the Webster Park with the RDXA group, and we had a fun time. It rained and it poured. I woke up yesterday morning. There was a moat around my air mattress, and I had to hop around things to stay dry. But the sun came back out, things dried out, and then it rained again, and we had a fun time. W2GT, Doug was very instrumental in getting lots of antennas up for RDXA at the Webster Park site. He and I both put up all the wire antennas, and they performed superbly. They worked great. I was operating on CW, the CW stations. They had 2 CW stations and 1 phone, and then a GOTA station. Now we put up antennas for all stations, all the wire antennas, and they got up nice and high, 50 or 60 feet, some of them 70 feet. It was really cool. Really nice, and they all worked very, very, very well. We did have lots of rain, and at one point on Saturday evening, I don't know, about 6 or 7 o'clock, there was a big thunder boomer that come crashing through. I recall hearing all the lightning crashes on the radio. I was transmitting or operating at the time, and I was ready to shed the earphones and get out of there because everything was going kabang, kabang all over the place. And as soon as it started, it finished, and everything went out, and the sun came back out again, and things started drying out. So that was kind of cool. I had a fun time. Lots of support. A lot of people showed up. Timmy, I saw you over there. We were in the midst of hooking up some antennas, and by the time I had a free moment, I think you were already gone, so I missed you, Tim, but I did.
Repeater, time out.
Numbers come out when the results are published. Back to net control. W2JTF and the gang, W2LB.
You gotta buy coffee, Larry, and tighten it out, KC2EM.
Oh no. Okay, coffee's on me, guys.
Yeah, Larry, I had some dead air there for a minute, Larry. So, well, that's cool, Larry. I've been with you and Doug, but it's antenna hanging time, and I'm sure they were very professional installs and very high in the air. But that's a lot of fun. I'll be honest, this was my first technically field day with HF, and I stayed here with a battery hooked up to my radio, and I was a 1 echo, and I bet you I made 50 contacts all over the country. It was a lot of fun. But next year outside for sure. So, anyways, we'll move on. Thanks again, Larry, by the way. Let's move on to, I think we got Brian in Fairport, KC2CGB. Go ahead, Brian.
It's KA2CGB, but that's fine. Yeah, I was part of the support that Larry mentioned in his transmission, just trying to help out up at RDXA's field day event, and had a lot of fun, a lot of good people out there. And when I came home last night, I got on the air, and from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., I was having just a whole lot of fun handing out cues to field day sites all over the country. It was excellent propagation. The only problem was, too many people trying to talk at one time. Some places that was really nasty. I can understand why Tim would say he was going to stay on one channel and do a real run, because if you've got a halfway clear channel, then three-quarters of your problems are behind you. So it was really a great weekend as far as I was concerned, and look forward to next year and participating more fully. So back to net control, KA2CGB.
Hey, Brian, thanks. I did have you as KA2. I just have really bad handwriting. So, yeah, I have to agree with that. Last night I did the same thing, and boy, it was. I've never seen the bands like that before. And for as little time I've been a ham, I've never seen the bands that busy. It was a lot of fun making contacts with people from everywhere. I wish it were like that more often, but the propagation was really good too. But that was pretty neat. Okay, Brian, thanks for checking in, and we'll move over to Paul and Webster, KC2GTO. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Yeah, like everyone else, had a great time this weekend. Was out with the XARC guys. We had a new location in Webster this year, and it worked out fantastic. It was a great spot, and worked out. We got a free fireworks show out of it. The Webster town had an event there, and they had fireworks. So we did have to stop Lake Larry and team for a few minutes for the lightning, and then we had to stop for about half an hour for a fireworks show. But we got a heck of a show. We had like a private viewing, so that was cool. So I worked 20 most of yesterday and then 40 some today, and like you guys say, it was just jam-packed, almost hard to pick them out, but it was a lot of fun. But I think the highlight was I jumped on 10. We were just scanning around, as we were getting ready to wrap up, and 10 was wide open. And because there was less folks over there, boy, it was easy picking. So we had a great run on 10 for a while, my longest being out to San Diego, and I've never made a contact, I think, on my life in 10. So out to San Diego on 10, so that was kind of the highlight of my day. So with that, I'll give it back to you guys, and I think on field day rules, you get 10 extra points for switching net control operators midway through the net for weather conditions. So 10 extra points for you guys. Back over to net control from KC2GTO.
Yeah, Paul, that's very cool. I kept bouncing over to 10 every once in a while, just hoping that maybe that would open up. And it was never successful to never heard anybody out there, nothing but a lot of noise. So that's cool. You're able to make some contacts, and I also 20 meter it was just hopping. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I talked to so many people in California and Colorado and Oregon. It was really neat. All right, thanks again, Paul. And I guess we'll move over to K2NAX, Jim and Henrietta. Go ahead, Jim.
K2ZX, this is K2NAX, and I'm sorry, I guess you guys switched net control on me there. Anyway, I did hand out a couple of points. I had to go to a funeral, so I couldn't get out to the field day, but handed out some 1 Delta type points, and just to get on the bands and stuff. And I did try that thing where I tried to go to 10, but I never caught it when it was open, so I'm sorry that didn't work out. I do have a rotatable dipole up for 10, but never quite caught it. Anyway, pretty laid-back weekend other than that, and I guess get ready for Field Day 2018. K2NAX, back to net.
Okay, Jim, thanks for checking in. And, yeah, 10 meter would have been, I would have loved to have made a contact there. I don't think I've ever gotten anybody on 10 meter. But, anyways, the station in Cortland, I don't think I got your call correctly. Can you check back in for me?
Very good, Jeff. This is KC2 TFX, Kilo Charlie 2 Tango Foxtrot X-Ray. Over.
Okay, got you that time. Welcome to the net.
Very good, very good. Good to hear everybody. Dave here down in Cortland. We've had on and off rain today. A little bit ago we had a bit of sprinkling, and then the sun came out, and it's still out. Didn't have to do any disconnecting for field day or prior to field day. Last week we had to do that, but great day down here today. Wife and I had a lot of fun with the field day from here, and worked something like 80 stations, 26 states, something like that. A couple from Canada and a maritime mobile. So it was great. We stuck with the phone, didn't do any digital stuff, but we'll probably try to do that next time. The shining moment on field day was 10 meters. Holy smokes, it's like folks came out of the woodwork. And any other time you'd think that the band was dead, but had a lot of fun with 10 meters, and it was great. Anyway, that's been the story here. We'll kick it back to you. W2JTF, KC2TFX 73, everybody.
WR2AHL repeater.
If I gotta say, you're really making a repeater down in Cortland. Boy, you're full quieting here up in North Charlie, west side of Rochester. You got a nice signal tonight. Okay, we'll move over to W2GT, Doug in Union Springs. Go ahead, Doug.
Hello, everybody on the net. Yeah, I was up to Webster Park on Friday. We spent a long day getting some antennas up in the air. We worked through the rain a little bit. There was one rain shower there we couldn't quite work through, but it was interesting. It was one of them days, if you didn't like the weather, just wait a minute because it was going to change. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I didn't make it up. Long drive. I intended to go back up Saturday, but it didn't happen. That's a long run up to Webster for me. It's about an hour. I don't know, about an hour and 15 minutes, I think, something like that. So didn't go back, but and I didn't play after that in the infield day at all. I turned it on. I listened a little bit, and like everybody's saying, it was so crowded. I just said, nah, not even going to hand out some points. I thought about it, but nah. So all right, anxious to hear where the breakfast is going to be. It did sneak up on me as well, the first. So that sounds like a great time to do it. All right, very good. Back to net control. W2JTF, W2GT.
Okay, Doug. Thanks for checking in. And by the way, I like the views of from your house there with the quadcopter. That's pretty slick. All right, we'll move over to KD2NAN, and it's Jose in Farmington. Go ahead, Jose, all yours. Okay, I guess we're at the bottom of the list. Do we have any other check-ins to the RocCityNet? Go ahead.
Yes. Victor Alpha 3, Juliet Whiskey Alpha.
Kilo Alpha 2, India Sierra Mike.
W2GTF. KC2, Justin and Charlie. GPS, WA2 OFS, Keith and Gorham, no traffic.
Okay, very good. I had a VA call. Can you repeat that for me, please?
Yeah, Victor Alpha 3, Juliet Whiskey Oscar, VA3 JWO. Name is Will, and about a half hour north of Belleville, Ontario.
Okay, well, very good. Let me go back up to the top of the list, and we'll get KD2 MGH. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, good evening, everybody on the net. Good evening, Jeff. Had a wonderful time down at Webster Park. Spent most of my time with the GOTA station. We made some good contacts there. Had some number of people that came through that were really interested. A couple of real shiners there. Did 20 contacts plus, and all in all, a wonderful, little soggy on Friday, but the last 2 days turned out just great, and we got everything was torn down and almost put away just about the time the rains came today. So in general, I think the weather held out well for us. That's it. That's net control. W3 MGH.
Mike, thanks for Will, VA3JWO. Go ahead, Will.
Yes, good evening. I hope I'm getting in okay. I'm just trying it with 5 watts here. 5 watts from my home here in Madoc, Ontario, Mike Alpha Delta Oscar Charlie. And the name is Will, VA3JWO. We're working conditions of 14-element VHF beam and 5 watts. And good evening to all on the net this evening. I haven't checked into this net for quite a while, and it's coming in pretty good tonight. So nothing really to report, no traffic, and a very good evening to one and all. Thanks very much for having me.
Recheck.
Go ahead, Tim.
Thank you very much. Will, this is Tim, WB2KAO. A very good evening to you. I wonder if you have 440 capability.
WA2KAO, I recognize that call. Yeah, I do. I got 440 capability with a Comet GP15 on 60 feet here.
Yeah, real good. If you get a chance, try my 444.85. 444.85 plus 110.9 PL, and it's WB2, Whiskey Bravo 2, KAO, and the name is Tim. Will, go ahead. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's about 3/4 scale, VA3JWO.
I'll slide over there with you for a moment.
Okay, sounds good. Best 7-3, we'll see you there, VA3JWO. Back to net control. Thank you.
Very good, Will. Yeah, nice signal, too, by the way. You're making a repeater full quieting. Sound good, and welcome. Okay, the next, I apologize, the next one ending in CIM. Can you recheck, please? Okay, we'll move on to KC2EQU, Justin in North Charlie. Go ahead, Justin.
Yes, KC2EQ.
Justin, I'm not sure what radio you're on, but you're not making it over the noise. It didn't really get any of that transmission at all. Can you try again? If you're on your HT, move around a little bit.
Yeah, I'll try that again. Is this any better? KC2EQ.
Oh, that's much better. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm on the HT in the backyard. I'm in the process of taking the base station down. I got to get a new roof on, so all the equipment's got to come down, but it seems like every time this weekend I had a chance to climb up there and take it down, suddenly it started getting windy and rainy and lightning, and I'm not climbing a ladder and lightning, so that's all I have for the net. Sorry for the poor transmission on the first time there. W2JTF, this is KC2EQ.
Recheck.
Go ahead, recheck.
This is KA2CGB. I wanted to correct something. We are going to have the rah-rah picnic at the West Lodge, not at the Stewart Lodge. That's a change from previous years, but this year we're at the West Lodge, not to be confused with the standard location. So that's an update for you all. I was able to just verify that as the venue.
WR2AHL repeater.
Okay, appreciate the update on that. All right, Justin, we'll clear with you. I'm at the bottom of my list. Do we have any other check-ins for the RocCityNet?
Victor Echo 3, India, Quebec, uniform.
This is KC2 Delta Quebec Sierra.
KG2 DWS Dennis Webster.
N2YFA Rich Grease.
KA2ISM Larry Pittsford.
Victor Echo 3, India, Quebec, uniform.
Kilo Charlie 2 Lima Lima Oscar Chuck Webster.
Okay. Let's hold it up there for a second. You guys are coming in faster than I can write. I apologize for that. Okay, I got Larry K2ISM. What was the VE3 station again?
Victor Echo 3, India, Quebec, uniform.
Okay, very good. And we had KC2 DQS2, right?
Correct.
I got an N2YFA, and I had one other station that I didn't get.
Kilo Golf 2 Delta Whiskey Sierra Dennis Webster.
Kilo Charlie 2 Lima Lima Oscar Webster.
Okay, let's hold it up there, and we'll start with Larry, K2ISM. Go ahead, Larry.
Evening, Jeff, and everyone on the net. Just for the record, it's KA2ISM, but I don't usually get a chance to get back in time on Sunday nights, but I am tonight because of the rain, so I thought I'd just check in and see what was going on. I did get a chance to play a little bit with the field days, which I haven't done before. I was down in Canandaigua for the weekend, and I have built a little antenna out of a mobile rig with a big stainless strap that goes around a pole in the water where a boat is anchored. So I'm not mobile in the sense that I can't transmit and operate while I'm underway, but from the boat with the antenna mounted on this pole, I was very pleased to find I can get out all through the Northeast. So I sat there this morning working a bunch of stations all through between Massachusetts to Indiana to South Carolina with great signal reports. So I had some fun doing that, my first experience with field day. So other than that, that's about it from here. Raining again, back now that I'm home, and I'll check in with everybody again on Wednesday. KA2ISM, back to net.
Okay, Larry, thanks for checking in. All right, we'll move over to VE3IQU.
And a very good evening to everybody on the net, and a special congratulations to the Canadian station, Victor Alpha, 30 minutes north of Belleville, running 5 watts and a 14-element beam, because he walked all over me with 45 watts and a Ringo Ranger right on the shores of Lake Ontario across from Rochester. So that beam's doing miracles, that's for sure. Anyhow, just a bean for the pot. The name here is Reg Radio Echo Germany.
and I'm located in a little town called Consacon, Ontario, right on the shores of Wellers Bay, Lake Ontario.
Very good, Reg. You're certainly making the repeater tonight. That's for sure. You got a nice full quieting signal, so we're welcome to hear you, and thanks for joining the net. Okay, we'll move over to I think we got Dennis, KG2DWS. Go ahead, Dennis.
Hey, Jeff and the group. Not much going on. I made it out to Webster Park on Friday to help them set up the mill mast and some of the beam antennas. Couldn't make it out yet. Well, I made it out yesterday evening. I had some services I had to take care of at the church, and then things came up again today at church that I had to take care of, so I wasn't able to make it out there for teardown. But I enjoyed myself out there setting up their antennas, and went out last night to talk to some people. Didn't get on the radio, but I still had a good time. Okay, that's about it. Back to you, Jeff. KG2DWS clear.
Okay, Dennis, very good. Thanks for checking in this evening, and I'm glad you had a good time with Field Day. It's I know for me, I had a lot of fun with it. But all right, I've got one other station. I apologize. There was so many coming in. I couldn't write fast enough. It looks like it's a KJ2LL.
Negative. It's Kilo Charlie 2 Lima Lima Oscar. I just want to check into the net. Go ahead.
Hey, thank you very much, and thanks for checking in. We're at the bottom of the list. Do we have any other check-ins?
This is KC2DQS.
Oh, sorry, Dave. I missed you. Go ahead, Dave.
No problem. I just wanted to let you know I've been monitoring since Geneva. I just backed into the driveway in Walworth, and I was not involved in Field Day. It sounds like everyone had a great time, and just wanted to add myself to the numbers. This is KC2DQS listening out.
AC2EM.
WA2OFF.
And 2YFA.
One station in there I couldn't make out over the noise. Can you try again, please?
Kilo Charlie 2 Echo Mike.
Okay, I got that one. There was one other one out there that I couldn't hear over the noise.
N2 YFA, Rich, Greece.
WA2 OFF, Keys and Gorham.
Okay, we'll hold it up right there. We'll start with KC2EM. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm here bullfighting in my shack watching TV. Just wanted to enter the numbers and check it in. That's it. Name is Walton Victor. Over.
Okay, Walt. Very good. Thanks for checking in this evening, and we'll move on to WA2OFF.
Good evening, everybody on the net. This is Keith down in Gorham. Been on the radio in a little while. Just wanted to check in and say hello, and hope everybody has a good week. Turn it back over to net. WA2OFF. I'll be clear.
Okay, Keith. Very good. Thanks for checking in. I will move over to N2YF8.
Good evening, everybody on the net. This is Rich. It's November 2, Yankee Foxtrot Alpha. I'm up here in Greece, New York. I got nothing tonight. I just wanted to give you a number for your totals. Everybody have a great week, and we'll catch up with you guys again. N2 YFA back to net control.
Okay, Rich, very good. Thanks for checking in to the Rock City Net this evening. Okay, we're at the bottom of the list. Do we have any other check-ins for the Rock City Net?
This is Kilo Juliet 7 Alpha Victor, Tom and Charlie. Over. No traffic.
Okay, Tom, thank you very much. K2AWA, we got you this time. Over.
All right, very good, Jeff. Just on the tail end of the net here, thought I'd get in there and say good evening.
Glenn, you want to repeat that again? You were doubled.
Yep, just on the portable, and just thought I'd check in, and no traffic on this end. Back to you, Jeff, K2AWA.
Hey, Glenn, very good. Got you that time. I think I'm at the bottom of the list. Do we have any other check-ins for the RocCityNet?
To JTF. November 2, Golf Lima Sierra, Gary and Henrietta. No traffic, Jeff. Just checking in for the numbers.
Kilo Delta 2, Mike, Golf Mike. Matt and Canadice, no traffic.
K2SRF.
Okay, we have 2 stations with no traffic, and K2SRF, go ahead.
Had a good time this weekend, made about 30 contacts, put the 897 in the pickup truck and went mobile with it, and had a good time. So, first time I keyed the mic Friday, the whole instrument panel went crazy on me. So I had to bond the bed of the truck to the cab, and after that, everything worked fine. So. Learned something new again. Back to you, it's K2SRF.
Thanks, Steve. Just curious, how did you mount the 897? Did you have a mount bracket, or did you put it on the dash? I'm just curious how you did that.
I have a little shelf that I made that fits over the center console. One end of it mounts on that hump in the center, and the other it mounts behind the console. It fits in there. It's roughly 10, 11 inches wide, and the radio just sits on top of it.
That's very cool. I have a 991, which is, I think it's slightly smaller, but that'd be kind of cool to try that. So, okay, I think I'm at the bottom of the list again. Do we have any other check-ins for the RocCityNet?
W2JTF, this is KC2JYD.
Okay, we'll go to KC2JYD. Good evening, Joe. Welcome to this evening's RocCityNet.
Good evening, Jeff, and everybody in the group. Just want to do a quick check-in. Say hello. Everybody had a good weekend. Sorry, Jeff, couldn't get out yesterday, or I should say Saturday. Was a little under the weather. Felt better today, but I did operate a little bit from my home station. Didn't do a whole lot of contacts, but got on the air nonetheless for about an hour, just to assist out. Everybody had a good week. Back to you.
Joe, we pretty much got most of that. We lost you a little bit on the end there. You must be on an HT, or.
Yeah, I remember that. I was mobile. I'm home right now.
Okay, very good. Well, thanks for checking in, Joe. So I think that brings us to the end of the list of check-ins for tonight. So we will we'll call the end of the RocCityNet for this evening.
I would like to thank the repeater owner, Mike, W2HYP, for letting us use this fine repeater for the net, and I wish everybody all a great week, and I'll turn the repeater back to normal operations. 73.